Hey y'all, it's your girl Ashley MP here at Aspen Wellness, where I provide IV hydration, vitamin injections, and fat burners. So let's get into it. Natural girl right now, and that's fine because I'm just really trying to embrace. Let me just fix this, it's bothering me. I'm just really trying to embrace me, natural me, because I know, and you too, God has created you perfectly in his image. So I'm really trying to embrace it. I'm really trying to get my skin just super flawless, super clear. So I try to wear makeup as least amount as possible. So let's get into it, natural girls. Let's do this, okay? Anywho, I'm Ashley. I'm a family nurse practitioner. I have officially been a family nurse practitioner for 1 year, and I have been a nurse since 2018. Oh, in 2018, Nurse Mom Ash here, graduated with my BSN, and at the time I was pregnant with my little son Air. And then from there, wow, my little nursing journey. So it's just amazing how God works, because when I got into IV hydration, I would try not to get emotional. I was just so grateful that God has really prepared me for this. When I felt like I was not ready to be a business owner, when I felt like I was not ready to be here by myself doing IVs, doing injections, I had to look back at how God has prepared me for this position, for this right here. So my first job, I was actually an IV nurse. So my first job when my son was 6 weeks, I worked at a little SNF, and all I did was IVs, monitored patients, hooked them up, unhooked them, ran their bags, ran their fluids. My second job, I actually worked at like a psych facility with elderly people. It was fun though, I'm not gonna lie. It was cool, it was a vibe, because I was an RN supervisor and I was just there on the weekends. And so I don't work there no more, so I'm gonna just say it. I would do my homework there because I just had to supervise. So I'd be in the office, making sure everything was okay, and I was getting it done. And let me rewind and say, I started my master's program as soon as I graduated. I was in my master's program before I took my NCLEX, just because I just wanted to keep on moving forward. Like, I knew I was having a baby, and I was like, you know what, like, let's just get into it. Let's start. Like, we know we want to get our master's, but to be honest, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my master's. I wanted to be a midwife at one point, but God led me on this path, and here I am as a family nurse practitioner. And we'll talk about in another video my journey through nursing school, because let me tell you, like, when it is meant for you to do something, like, I promise you, like, your steps will be drawn out for you. I'm telling you, like, so we'll talk about that another day, like how I got into even becoming a registered nurse. That's if y'all want to hear it. If y'all want to hear that, then just drop a comment below. But anywho, after I worked at the psych facility, I actually did case management, hospice case management, for 1.5 years. It was cool. Like, I love being there for the families, but the company I worked for, it was great. I'm just gonna say everything was great. Everything was wonderful. We're not gonna talk about that, but everything was great. And then I worked as a surgical RN, which was my last RN job. Shout out to my surgical girls. Okay, so I was a surgical registered nurse for 2 years as I finished up my MP program. As a surgical nurse, started IVs, pre-op, and post-op care for my patients, starting IVs all day. So when I just look back at that career journey, and I'm like, wow, like, I was an IV infusion nurse. I did case management, meaning I was going in patients' houses, even though I'm not gonna do that yet. I said I'm not going to nobody's house again, okay? But just the fact that I was really a pre-op and post-op nurse for 2 years, like, it just really prepared me for Aspen Wellness in so many different ways, and I'm just so excited to be here. And then, of course, I finished my nurse practitioner program in 2022. So I did take a little break. So 2018, I started my master's program. I had to do like a year of just general ed, and then I had to apply for the MP program, get in the MP program, and start. So that's where there's kind of a gap, because it really took me about 3 years and some change to finish my program. And of course, I had to have another baby in the program. And I was so sad, you guys, because I have this whole idea of when I have another baby, I'm gonna be married, I'm gonna have a G-Wagon, I'm gonna have this big old house, like I'm just gonna be, no, didn't work out that way, but I'm so happy because guess what? Everything works out for the greater good. I'm just saying everything just works itself out, and I'm so happy to have my two beautiful babies, and just to show mamas out there and just women in general, or whoever in general that wants to go to nursing school, that wants to be a nurse practitioner, get to it. Don't feel like you need to go to medical assistant school. Don't feel like you need to go to a CNA program. You don't have to do any of that. Like if your goal is to have your doctorate in nurse practice, get to it. Okay, you do not have to take 5-10 baby steps to get there. If you know this is what your passion is, if you know this is your purpose, go for it. Start those prereqs, finish up those prereqs. Do not be scared to apply for those nursing programs. I went to private school, honestly, for my BSN and my MSN. I do not regret going that route because I just knew it was time. I just knew it was time. I didn't want to do any waiting. So I'm going to be honest, like I wanted to get straight to it, and it was not easy. So don't let anyone make you feel like because you go to a private school, it's going to be easy, because it was not an easy journey. And like I said, I will talk about that journey in another video, but I kind of just wanted to give you guys just a brief overview of who I am and my nursing journey and everything. I mean, do y'all want to know how old I am? I'm 31. I just turned 31. So to rewind back, I guess, I started my RN program when I was about 22 and some change, and I graduated when I was 25. And then I started my MP program. So I finished that before I turned 30. So I finished my MP program before I turned 30. So I started that about 26, 27. Okay, I can't get the numbers right now, y'all. But anyways, that's where I'm at now. So I was finished. I was a nurse practitioner at 29 years old. So when I finished, I turned 30 literally right after, a month after I finished my program. But I say all this to say, do what you feel is necessary, and I would love to just give you guys, let me go back to give you guys advice on certain things. I would like to talk about my experiences and things that I feel like I did wrong and which I don't want you guys to do. So I'm mad that I have so much student loan debt, but at the same time, I feel like if I didn't have that student loan debt, I wouldn't be able to educate you guys on what I did wrong and how to not do what I did. But it's okay, because I'm gonna pay them off. Like, I was first like, I ain't never paying these student loans off, but no, my goal is really to like really get to it and really pay off these student loans, because I really want to be financially free in the next 5 years. But y'all, just West Coast University alumni, okay? I feel like a lot of people used to write me all the time. I used to do videos, Nurse Mama Ash, and people would be all the time in my DMs asking me about West Coast and what I think and what I think and what I think and what I think. It worked. It was good for me. I had a great experience. I honestly had an amazing experience. Financially, that's a different story for another day, and we can talk about student loan debt, how I feel like I could have done things better, what I feel like I did wrong. We can really talk about that. So if you guys want to talk about the financials, which I feel like is definitely a big thing, things people don't want to talk about, because I feel like I see women on social media, it's like, I got all these scholarships, don't go to private schools. And I'm like, that's great for you. Like, when I graduated high school and I went to community college, I was applying for scholarships. Maybe I wasn't applying for the right ones, but I was not getting anything. So God bless those of you who got all your schooling paid for, or your parents paid for your school, or your significant other paid for your school. But me, baby, I got it out the mud. Like, my family, everyone has been so supportive. But I'm just like the type of person where I'm like, if I want something and I have the means to do it myself, like, I'm gonna do it myself. That's just me. That's just how I am. But I mean, I had a very good village. I had an amazing village. I thank you to my village for helping me with my babies as I've been on this journey, like in general, from school to opening my own business. Like, my village has been everything. So I just thank my village so much, and just know y'all going on an all-inclusive trip when your girl on Aspen Wellness goes big. But okay, you guys, if there's anything else you guys want to know about me, Like I said, I'm gonna make more detailed videos about like my nursing journey in general, how I dealt with motherhood, having newborn babies, and not taking any breaks in my programs and all that good stuff in another video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been trying to keep the videos kind of short and sweet because I'm gonna tell y'all, if I get a good YouTube video and it's 45 minutes, baby, sometimes I ain't got 45 minutes. But I just want to keep it short and sweet. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. To be honest, I'm not on my personal Instagram that much because I'm really just trying to stay focused. I'm trying to stay focused on God, on my family, on what's right in front of me in the moment, and on my business. But I'll be on there. Even if I'm on Instagram.com, I'll delete the app and be on Instagram.com. But no, really, follow me on my personal Instagram at Ashley Malaysia, or my business Instagram at Aspen Wellness IV. And I'll also put all that information below. All right, y'all, have a good day.